In such times as these, the fear of many threats from all of life's avenues is the state of the average American finds themselves in. And for those with the time to research all topics that most concern them, most often find, if a truth on a subject exists, it does so in a penumbra of lies and half-truths. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the rights of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Much has happened since these words were penned to the laws of our country, but circumstances little. It seems a new mass shooting happens monthly in this great land, and the response of politicians so predicted as to make the whole incident a monotonous tragedy of society. Ban this magazine, background check individuals, add this tax stamp, prevent the mentally ill of possession, and you will be safe. I can't seem to remember that last one being mentioned, much less guaranteed. They who can give up essential liberty to obtain a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. Those populaces rarely secure either. As the Armenians, Cambodians, Ugandans, French, Polish, Chinese, and Germans would happily attest to if they could. But alas, some of those state institutions might not say that these accounts are truthful. But I feel confident in you to ask about those piles of dirty shoes and listen to those precious few skulls of those people that had their liberty traded for safety, and determine whose truth is more sound, the good faith of a nation's bureaucracy and leaders, or that bled for in the lives of millions. I know of a people who chose liberty over safety, who, when displeased with the actions of their government, protested in word and speech and in trade, whose attempts of peaceful civil entreating were met with occupation most burdensome. When civilian protests were met with lethal repression and responded in kind, their government decided that their possession of arms a risk too great, and ordered a confiscation of Concord stockpiles. And the people met them that would deprive them of a most essential tool in the region at Lexington, and would continue to meet them for 8 years, and won through blood a right to liberty that they entrusted would endure for every rightful American, and a republic to the people if they could keep it. I feel the modern American has lost that the British Crown was, at the time of our founding, the rightful ruler of this land, and the government to which our founding fathers led an insurrection against, the government that they had once pledged loyalty to, and the punishment of treason, death. For all the effort the British Crown put into control, it would be for naught, as the pitfall of every tyrant is the illusion of control. For guns were never the cause of their problems in rule, but the tools that a free-thinking people use to defend themselves from injustice. And a tool most effective at its purpose, it is the burden of the people to use it accordingly, and to recognize that its use is that of expression of the individual, that feels the words they speak do not hold weight. The ownership of these tools are stumbling blocks to tyranny and a reminder to governments of all kinds the price of not listening to their constituents. Some of the modern Americans would say that a government of democracy does not need such far-reaching oversight by force, and some limits should be made to which the politician will agree and speak honeyed words of guarantees, promises of everything under heaven, yet never how this will truly work. To finish, a word of warning on mutable government from James Madison, and a request from me to think about any dealing you have had with your elected government, and consider what your rights would look like if subject to regulation. It will be of little avail to the people that the laws are made by men of their own choice, if the laws so voluminous that they cannot be read, or so incoherent that they cannot be understood. This video is dedicated to those that died so we could be free to choose not to use that which they died for.